Hey everybody, welcome back to Art by Galen. I'm Galen Eilenfeld, and today we're going to be talking about using the Reilly method to draw portraits. Now, I got this question quite a bit after doing my Reilly method tutorials, and so I thought I'd give you a demonstration of how to use it to make a nice portrait. And so I start off by doing a drawing over a photograph that I intend to draw, creating that Reilly abstraction on top of their face. Now this step is not necessary, but it is something that I recommend doing if you're not comfortable drawing it just as you observe whatever reference you're using. However, if you do trace it, I do recommend doing what I'm doing here and try to recreate that without tracing over it. I personally prefer it just because I feel like it's a little bit more of a challenge, and I feel like you're going to learn more by paying attention to it as opposed to just drawing over something. After we've completed drawing the abstraction, then I begin penciling in the details, like where things are, using those abstraction lines as guides to find those landmarks. And then once I've gotten in the basic details, I lighten that layer down and I make a new layer and begin drawing in the finer edges of the details. Now, once I've gotten all the basic details in, then I bring back in my photo reference. I lighten my original abstraction lines that I drew on top of that reference. Then I start to add in value to my portrait. I dull out the background. I like to begin in the middle area, like I start with a mid-gray, and then I gradually work myself darker and lighter as I go. I also like to start with a kind of rough brush. I actually just enlarge my pencil brush, and I paint with that. And I don't really like using the soft brushes until towards the very end, and I only like using them in areas that look particularly soft. That way we maintain that kind of painted aesthetic or that painted feeling that it has instead of looking overly airbrushed. And with every pass that I make over it, I smooth it out just a little bit more, and I gradually ease myself closer towards white and closer towards black with my highlights and shadows. Sometimes I'll dive straight into color, but occasionally I like to work like this, where I work monochromatically, and then once I've gotten the lighting and everything where I want it to be, then I will make a new layer and set the transfer mode to color, and I will begin overlaying color like that. And here we're just fine-tuning some of the smaller details in the face before we begin the color. And once I start doing the color, I dive into sort of a middle tone, not too red, not too pink. It really doesn't matter what kind of skin tone you're doing, but one really important thing to keep in mind is that it's not going to be a singular tone when you're finished. There will be tones that are more orange, there will be tones that are more red, there will be tones that are slightly yellow or slightly purple or even slightly green and blue in certain instances. With this particular portrait, the further that things go into shadow, the warmer they get. They get closer to red. And the further that they go to highlight, they get closer to actually a very pale blue. And here you can see I'm just kind of doing the last little bits of detail and color corrections on things. And this was a lot of fun. I spent about 2 hours on this drawing, and I could have taken it a little bit further, but I think that would have been kind of overkill for this video. But I really hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any further questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. I will do what I can to help out. I don't claim to have all the answers, but if I can help you, I absolutely will. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned. I have new art videos every week. If you enjoyed what you watched today, be sure to hit that like button, and if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. That way you make sure you get those notifications whenever there's new videos coming up. And until next time, take care.